Hello hunters, my name is DarkHero and welcome to my channel where we cover Monster Hunter content. I am so glad you're here. Today we are going to be talking about a brand new leak that lists brand new monsters as well as returning ones coming to Monster Hunter World, as well as the possibility of having Zinogre very soon in Monster Hunter World. Let's get into it. Now, as I said, we are going to be dividing this video into two parts. The first part is going to focus on the brand new leak, and the second part is going to focus on the part about Zinogre. But just before we start, I want to give a heads up. This is a leak, and many leaks sometimes turn out to be false. They are simply manufactured by people that are not involved in any way with the game, and these leaks somehow get spread very fast. People start upvoting them on Reddit and sharing them around, and they get a lot of attention. And this is possibly something that you have already seen, but it does sound very possible, and that's why I would like to cover it today on the channel. So this may turn out to be 100% false, so take this with a grain of salt. With that out of the way, let's cover the leak. Now, this leak first appeared on 4chan, and I know what you're thinking. 4chan isn't really all that reliable to count on trustworthy information. A lot of stuff that's there is just created by different users and it's just speculation. And I get your point, but we cannot deny the fact that a long time ago, before Monster Hunter World was announced at E3, there was a post on 4chan that leaked that exact same information a long time ago before it was announced. And that post contained a lot of information and mechanics that were then implemented in Monster Hunter World, and at the time no one believed that leak because the Monster Hunter franchise was pretty much only in Nintendo consoles, and to jump back to Sony consoles after so long, well, it just was not expected, but it turned out to be true. So I think we should not just deny right off the bat this leak just based on the fact that it's coming from 4chan. This leak starts off by listing that there will not be a Monster Hunter World Ultimate game, so like so many people were speculating and discussing, there is not going to be an ultimate version of the game like there were for the 3DS games in the past. Now, what does this mean for the future of the franchise? Well, I believe that we will get expansions that will add G rank later down the road, which is what I was thinking and talking about in my G rank video, and that was also what many of you guys were commenting on that video. This leak also talks about announcing the Summer Festival, which will start on June 22nd, featuring stuff that was already seen and leaked like the Death Stench layered armor, and will have a brand new monster for Monster Hunter World, and that is Orochi Kirin, which, in case you did not know, is the ice version of Kirin, which I talked a bit about in one of my latest videos. If you want to check that video, click the eye icon on the top right corner of the screen or the link in the description below. Orochi Kirin will also have a tempered version, much like Lunastra, and this is an interesting bit, just like Kolfteroth, Elatrion will be introduced during the last days of the festival, mid-July, and it will be a limited time event quest. Now, Elatrion is an Elder Dragon that I talked about in that same video. It is a very special Elder Dragon because it is able to control different elements all at once, and they are Dragon, Fire, Thunder and Ice. Elatrion is a monster that is loved by many Monster Hunter fans, and I personally have yet to fight it. I never got up to the point where you fight Elatrion in Monster Hunter Tri, but I am really looking forward to seeing it in Monster Hunter World, and I think it would make for a very interesting and incredible fight. Moving on with the leak, they also say that a trailer for a brand new map will be shown, and that map will be a tundra on the coast with a pine forest in the north of the new world. The pine forest and the coast take around 40% of the map, and the rest is a classic tundra map with many caves and part of a frozen lake. With this new map, we are also going to be getting 5 new monsters added to the game, and those are a Yaku Raptor, a poison variant of the Kuluyaku, Zamtrios, Tigrex, and a new Ice Arctic Fox monster with the Odogaron Skeleton, which is going to be an invasion monster like Serechios, Basilgeuse and Devil Joe. as well as the Rusted Kushala Daora subspecies. Now these new monsters as well as the new map would be coming on an expansion that would release sometime in August or September. The expansion starts with the discovery of an unknown monster, in this case the fox, arriving in the Coral Highlands. First special assignment is to repel the fox. It will then escape to the north, and following that fox will lead the player to the Tundra map. The last two assignments are to kill a fox and a tempered Rusted Kushala Daora. In this leak, they also say that the PC release for Monster Hunter World is going to be in early October, but no footage is going to be shown. Now, one very important detail at the beginning of the leak that I didn't mention is the fact that this is all talking about what would be shown at the Sony conference at EU3, which, as we all know by now, there was nothing shown regarding Monster Hunter World at E3, which is a very big disappointment in my opinion, but it entirely dismisses this leak. Now, I did not mention this at the beginning of the video because for the very reason that I really do think that the dates and most of the content that is talked about in this leak is likely to happen. As we all know from the other leak, Orochi Kirin and Elatrion are very likely to be introduced in Monster Hunter World very soon. We also know that the Summer Twilight Festival is coming very soon, and Behemoth was just announced to be coming this summer. So if you get all of that combined, well, I think this all starts to make sense, especially with the dates of the Summer Festival starting June 22nd and us getting Orochi Kirin by then, and at the end of it getting Elatrion, both of which were announced in that other leak, which I've talked about in one of my previous videos, that was proven to be 100% accurate, as it has listed all of the monsters that are present currently in Monster Hunter World a long time before the game actually released, so pretty much no one could argue against that one leak. Now against this one, I'm sure many of you will argue that it's fake. Well, I'm really hopeful, and I really do think that many of the things in this list are going to be true. Like I said, especially the part of the Summer Festival. As for the expansion, I'm not too sure, but a Tundra map is something that we need in this game in combination with a snowy map. And like I said, the fact that this leak is shared on 4chan cannot be dismissed right away because, like I said at the beginning of the video, Monster Hunter World was first leaked on 4chan much before it was first announced at E3 last year. Now I know that many of the things in this list may sound like a stretch to some of you guys, but they really do make a lot of sense to me. So I would like to keep a discussion going down in the comment section. Let me know what you all think about this. Are we going to be getting Orochi Kirin as well as Elatrion in the Summer Festival? Is it coming in June 22nd, which is just a few days from now? Are we going to get that new expansion with the Tundra map, with the Zamtrios and Tigrex and much more? Let me know what you all think about all of that down in the comment section below. And now it's time for the second part of this video, and it is Zinogre coming to Monster Hunter World? Well, this is all pure speculation, but it has to do with the new Behemoth monster from Final Fantasy XIV that is coming to Monster Hunter World. Now, if you look closely at the trailer, you can see that the monster really does resemble Zinogre a lot. It almost seems like the skeleton that could be used for Behemoth would be the same skeleton that would be used for Zinogre. Currently in Monster Hunter World, we don't have a single monster that uses this skeleton that Zinogre has. As a matter of fact, there is no monster that is in any of the Western Monster Hunter games that shares the same skeleton as Zinogre. And so in that sense, making a skeleton just for a single monster doesn't really seem all that efficient from an economic standpoint, does it? What we do have in Monster Hunter World are a modified version of the Zinogre skeleton in the form of Odogaron and Tobikadachi. And that skeleton may be the one that is used by Behemoth. We still don't know, as we have yet to fight that monster, but from the footage, like I said, it seems much more to me that Behemoth is built on the same skeleton that Zinogre has been built over the years. So what I'm thinking is that, well, if they have spent all this time and efforts and resources into making this skeleton just for the Behemoth, well, why not give us Zinogre, a fan favorite monster that is #1 on plenty of fan favorite lists? Why not give us Zinogre since the skeleton has already been built? Additionally, this is actually not the first time that Final Fantasy and Monster Hunter have collaborated. This in fact happened for the first time in 2016 with the collaboration of Final Fantasy Brave Exvius and Monster Hunter Explorer, both mobile games of each franchise. In Monster Hunter Explorer's end, we got to fight a variant of Zinogre, which was called Final Fantasy Brave Exvius Zinogre, which was in combination a mutation, if you will, of Zinogre and Behemoth combined, and that Zinogre used a lot of spells that Behemoth used, further confirming the fact, or rather the speculation, that Zinogre may share the same skeleton as Behemoth. Additionally, Zinogre is one of the monsters that has the most subspecies, so if you give us Zinogre, then you have the opportunity to keep giving us Zinogre subspecies and variants that will keep us entertained for a very long time, and in terms of cost, it ends up being much more efficient than to just have the skeleton made exclusively for Behemoth, a monster that is not even from the Monster Hunter franchise. Now this is just pure speculation, like I said, and I've been talking about this on Reddit with a lot of users and Monster Hunter players, and they all seem to agree that this is a very likely thing to happen. It does make sense logically. So let me know what you all think about the matter down in the comment section below. Am I just being too hopeful? Anyways, I will leave a link to the said leak down in the comment section below, so you can check it out for yourselves. Also, just before we end this video, I want to make a quick announcement. To those of you that don't know, I have created a Discord server where you can find other people to play with. We have over 200 members by now, and we have built quite the inviting and welcoming community over there. You can share your builds, ask for tips, and like I said, find other people to play with. Just last night we had a ton of fun doing some Kulftaroth runs, and it was a blast. And I mean, you just have to check it out for yourself. The link to it is down in the description below. You can download the app to your phone or your computer, and that's basically it. It's just as easy. And with that being said, this is the end of the video. Please make sure to smash the hell out of the like button below for us, because you already know that your support is greatly appreciated, and be sure to subscribe and turn on channel notifications if you don't want to miss an ounce of Monster Hunter World goodness. And with that being said, thank you all so much for watching. My name is DarkHero, and happy hunting! You